neighbouring Pakistan and then Bangladesh was an ongoing problem. During the formation of Bangladesh in 1971, some 100,000 Bengali Muslims moved illegally to Myanmar. During the Second World War, many Bengalis in Arakan fought for the British, while the Burma Independence Army fought for the Japanese. This led to the Alathankyor crisis. Then, following Burma's independence in 1948, a Mujahideen rebellion broke out in northern Arakan with the aim of seceding from Burma. The final Mujahids surrendered in 1961. The background to the name Rohingya is as follows. There is no known reference to the name Rohingya or any variation thereof throughout the entire 124 years of British colonial rule from 1824 to 1948. The name began to be used from the late 1940s by some Bengali Muslims. It has been described as, quote, more of a political label seeking to associate a number of Muslim communities and as being seen, quote, as an activist political identity. It has only been in the last decades that use of the name Rohingya internationally has been more widespread, and even then it did not completely replace the term Bengali. The International Encyclopedia of Linguistics, published by Oxford University Press in 2003, defines a Rohingya as, quote, an ethnic Bengali Muslim who speaks the Muslim variety of Chittagonian Bengali and was born in Arakan State. A United Nations document from 2004 refers to, quote, the Bengali people residing in northern Rakhine State, also known as the Rohingyas. The Gambia identifies no instance of the use of the name Bengali being contested by the international community prior to the 2010s. The word Kala is not officially used in Myanmar. It is used in everyday language in Myanmar. It was a term originally used by pre-colonial era Bengali communities to describe themselves. Views differ on the extent to which the word is considered offensive today. Myanmar accepts that many now consider it offensive. The Gambia has not expressly disputed these facts, which should thus be regarded as proved, indeed undisputed. Mr. Suleiman has referred to 3 publications from the 18th and 19th century that make reference to the Rohingya. In fact, the second and third publications merely cite the first, and the first does not in fact establish that Bengali speakers in Arakan self-identified by that name in the 18th century. Furthermore, a study by the United States Institute of Peace, based on research in 2018, shows that 7 out of 10 Bengali Muslims in Rakhine State prefer not to self-identify as Rohingya, even to researchers who themselves identify as Rohingya. The final report of the Inquiry Commission on Sectarian Violence in Rakhine State also suggests that in 2012, a majority did not self-identify by that name, except when pressured to do so by leaders. In the circumstances, the court cannot simply proceed on the basis that a majority of Bengalis in northern Rakhine State do self-identify as Rohingya. In any event, given the uncontested facts I've set out, it's difficult to understand how it could be argued that the official use of the term Bengali rather than Rohingya is somehow evidence of a genocidal intent. Mr. President, members of the Court, as to language, the evidence presented by Myanmar indicates that the Chittagonian dialect of Bengali is a continuum of dialects that extends from the north of Chittagong Division in Bangladesh to the south of Rakhine State in Myanmar. There are geographic variations in the way it's spoken within northern Rakhine State itself, as well as variations within Chittagong Division. Along this continuum, the way that it is spoken immediately either side of the border between Bangladesh and Myanmar is virtually the same. The evidence presented by Myanmar further indicates that in addition to linguistic commonality, culturally, Bengalis in northern Rakhine State are not materially distinguishable from those in Chittagong Division in Bangladesh. The British Embassy in Dhaka reported in 1992 that Bengali Muslims from northern Rakhine State, quote, speak the same language dialect as in the Cox's Bazar district in Bangladesh and look exactly like the Bangladeshis they are joining. The Gambia does not demonstrate or even assert that the religions of Bengalis in northern Rakhine State are different to those practiced in the Chittagong Division in Bangladesh. Mr. President, members of the Court, I turn finally to the subject of repatriations from Bangladesh. The Gambia's reply makes a generic claim, unsupported by particulars or evidence, that Myanmar is making inadequate efforts for the repatriation and resettlement in Myanmar of those living in the camps in Bangladesh. This would be irrelevant even if it were true. Failure to make adequate efforts for repatriation would not be the physical or biological destruction of individuals in those camps, let alone of all Bengalis in northern Rakhine State as such. Nor would it be evidence of an intent to bring about such physical or biological destruction. Nonetheless, details of the efforts made by Myanmar in respect of repatriations are set out in the written pleadings of Myanmar, as well as in the provisional measures reports. The Gambia does not take issue with the detailed facts advanced by Myanmar, but just relies on general statements. The evidence presented by Myanmar is not seriously contested by the Gambia. As recently as July 2025, a resolution of the Human Rights Council urged Myanmar to commence the voluntary, safe, dignified and sustainable repatriation and subsequent reintegration of all forcibly displaced Rohingya Muslims. And the ASEAN Summit has expressed its, quote, support for Myanmar's commitment to the safety and security of all communities in Rakhine State and the safe, dignified, voluntary return of displaced persons. Bangladesh itself expresses eagerness for repatriations to commence. Such calls by the international community are hardly consistent with any genuine belief that Myanmar has committed genocide against this population or continues to do so, as alleged by the Gambia. There are various reasons why no repatriations have taken place so far, including the security situation